where many stars were born, and now famous fighting families look to cement the family legacy in the history books of the sweet science. We're excited to present Lineage of Greatness. Trillerverz 5 will take place at the Forum in Los Angeles on Saturday, May 14th, featuring world-class boxing with an iconic versus battle. This event will be streamed live on Fight Worldwide pay-per-view or the Trillerverz subscription on Fight. Make sure to text TV5 to 75303 to be the first to receive updates on when you can buy tickets to this epic event. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm I'm very excited to be here, joined with lots of media to kick off this mega event, an epic worldwide boxing event that will be seen on May 14th. This evening we'll be joined by three-time light heavyweight world champion Sergey Kovalev. We also have the Pulev brothers in Kubrat and Tervel. We have the son of a legend in Yung Holy Holyfield, and of course the Vargas dynasty in Fernando Vargas, joined with his three sons, Fernando Vargas Jr., Amado Vargas, and the pro debuting Emiliano Vargas. All right, and now if we are ready to go, how about we kick things off with a bang? We've seen him make history as the youngest fighter to win a world title at 154 pounds, and now he's guiding his three sons into glory. Let's welcome the Vargas dynasty.
Mi esposo no pudo venir porque tenemos una tienda, pero sí, desde chiquito él, siempre lo vemos.
Es que él pega duro,
sí.
Llevan puros mocados, le pegas, se va.
Cuando yo era chiquita, yo con mi mamá miraba a las peleas de él. Yo siempre crecí, él era una persona como todo el mundo, ¿no? Cuando conocí a Junior, yo dije, yo voy a trabajar con este responsable. Y mira, casual, se me hizo. Para mí es una cosa más como cuando yo era chiquita, yo nunca hubiera pensado que yo iba a trabajar con ellos. Por eso te digo que para mí los sueños, por eso le digo a él, tú haz todo lo que tú quieras porque tú vas a hacer. Ellos son el futuro.
I want to welcome the Vargas dynasty. Lots of swag, looking very sharp, gentlemen. I'd like to start off with you, Tam. You know, we've seen what you've done. You make history, and now, you know, as a former fighter, but now as a trainer and as a father, what does that mean to you to be leading your sons into greatness?
Well, there's nothing that they could say that, you know, that they're going to go into that I didn't already see. Mm-hmm. So I think that's a benefit. You know, I live the glory and also, you know, the defeats, you know what I mean? But at the same time, you know, I can transmit that to them and, you know, talk to them about it and guide them the best way.
Well, you had lots of options, and we mentioned you have the best interest as the father, as a trainer. What drew you to bring your family to Triller?
Well, look, Triller is a platform that is worldwide, and everybody knows it. And Mike Tyson's fought on it, Roy Jones fought on it. So the best of the best have fought on it. So, why not bring my boys here? And the people are great people also, and so we're excited about putting on a great show.
All three are very talented, but I need to ask, does that come from you, or is that hard work, or both?
Look, there's a saying that I've been saying, and that is going to be a t-shirt now that we're working on. It's called the Royal Nutsack. Okay, that's the reason why they're like that, is because it came from the Royal Nutsack. So
that is indeed
very true. They all have talent. If they didn't have talent, we're in the hurt game business, and we're in the hurt game, and I wouldn't want them to get hurt. So, because you're playing with your life here. One shot could be the last shot you could ever take. And so I'm not going to be putting my kids in something because I want to live through their eyes or through their experiences, because I already did it. There's nothing that they could tell me that I didn't already do as an Olympian, as a world champion, as an HBO fighter. So there's nothing that they could tell me about the sport that I didn't already live. The cutting the weight, the discipline that needs to be put in place. So that's just it in a nutshell.
In a nutshell. All right, well, let's hear from your children here. Junior, I'll start with you. What is it like to be able to share the gym, share everything, and be fighting in this card with your brothers?
I think definitely it's a privilege. I think LA is a great place to fight at. Some of my dad's bigger fights were here. I know he sold out the Staples Center. I just got done fighting at the Mandalay Bay, so it's definitely something for me to be excited about. I know me and my brothers stay in the gym. We're working tremendously hard, and we just want to show the people, what the Vargas brothers are all about. I know they see a lot of social media stuff, but we're here to fight and be taken serious.
Definitely, we have seen social media, but we've also seen the work in the ring. You have a lot of impressive KOs. Are you looking to give us another impressive one in this card?
If it presents itself, like my dad said, mijo, primero inteligente y luego valientes. What does that mean? That means, son, be smart, and then if you need to show, your pantalones, then you will. If you need to show, what we're made out of, then I will. But I won't go looking for it. If it presents itself, I will. But I'm just excited to mix it up in there.
All right. Now, Amado, welcome. Good to see you.
Thank you.
I'll ask you the same question. What does it mean to you to be able to share the ring and this card with your family, with your brothers?
Man, I have no words to be with my beautiful family. We're all so unique, so diverse, we're all just charismatic. Which one do you want? You want the Colgate, Smile Emiliano? You want the tatted, light-skinned Junior? Which one do you want? You know what I'm saying? But I'm definitely excited to be performing May 14th, and man, we're gonna put on the show, and we're gonna show the world that these Vargas boys mean business.
Amado, how do you mentally prepare for, this is a huge platform, lots of eyes on you. How do you mentally prepare for this opportunity?
Keep on listening to my dad. My dad got some blueprint. He knows this business ins and out, and I got an amazing team. Jose De La Cruz, Aggies, Climas, and man, the sky's the limit. If we continue to listen to my father, the sky's the limit.
And you have your younger brother here in Emiliano making his pro debut. What advice do you have for him?
Man, this kid, let me tell you something about this guy. This guy is special. Me and my older brother, we're good, but I always tell in many interviews, this kid is great. And I can't wait for my younger brother. This kid is special. This kid has been dedicated since a kid, and man, I can't wait to see my younger brother shine. The wait is over. I know a lot of fight fans were waiting on it. Hey, whatever. It's all good. Junior's good. Amado's good.
Right.
But when is Emichenko gonna?
Yeah, when is Emichenko gonna
When
step
is
into the pro scene?
Emichenko gonna turn pro? We're like, we gotta wait. You know what I mean? So now he's, you know, he's still 17. You know, and but if he didn't have it, like I said, I wouldn't be here. You know,
Correct.
I'm not gonna sacrifice my kids for money. That's not me. You know what I mean? My kids are my life. I didn't have a father. And so what I'm living now with through my kids' eyes is amazing. It's a blessing to me. You know what I mean? So, you know, we're here and we're gonna
Vargas Dynasty is here. We're here and we're gonna show you guys May 14th what we're about, and we're excited.
Well, let's see. I don't mean to interrupt you, but we do want to hear from Emiliano. You guys are hyping him up. Well, let's hear from him. How do you feel about sharing the stage with your brothers?
Well, first and foremost, I want to give a special thank you to the whole Triller team. I want to thank David and Ryan. Man, my debut was something special. I'm getting my cherry pop like my brother was saying. So I'm excited.
It's gonna feel good.
This is something that I've been, thinking about for the last 8 years of my amateur career, and I'm just very excited. I know that Triller is a great platform for me to debut on. I want to thank my team, my manager, my management, Jose de la Cruz and Egis Climas, and we just saw it was the best fit.
Emiliano, we mentioned that they're hyping you up. We've seen the work that you put. We're looking forward to seeing it inside the ring. 100%. But all this talk, all this hype, all this love, does that add extra pressure to you?
Well, this is a common question I get, and I've been getting it since the amateurs, fighting national tournaments, and obviously, having my dad there and stuff like that. People think they're fighting my father, but at the end of the day, people are fighting us, me and my brothers, and we put in work. Like I said, my dad wouldn't endorse us if we weren't putting in the work. So I say it like this: put pressure on me. I do better under pressure. So you either make diamonds or bust pipes with pressure. So we're the type of people that you put pressure on, and we show it that night.
Fernando, is there a sibling rivalry going on between them? They want to get dad's attention.
They always got dad's attention. They all have friendly, brotherly rivalry. I did 5 miles, well, I'm gonna do 6. I did 100 push-ups, bro, I'll do 200. So I understand and I get it because they're competitive, and that's a Vargas blood. They will always want to be the best at what they're doing. So there's never any jealousy, which is great. It's a blessing because I wouldn't want them to be jealous of each other. I think that it's a blessing for them to work together and show the world what they can do.
When they're fighting in the ring, do you ever feel like jumping in there? You're a fighter. It's in you. You must fear at some point, like, when I get in there.
Not really, because I know what they can do. It's like I said, if they didn't have it, I wouldn't be here today. I'm not gonna sacrifice my kids because I'm trying to live a dream that I didn't have. I lived everything through this boxing game, from amateur to pro. So they can't tell me that I'm trying to live through my kids' eyes. That's not the case. They're here because they love the sport. They're good at it, and they're dedicated to the sport. And so 100% I want to be here to support them.
So come May 14th, will you be working all 3 corners?
All 3 corners, of course, baby.
Absolutely.
Come on. Who's going to be the corner without their daddy? Come on. They're only here because of their daddy.
Like Floyd Mayweather Sr. says, you're not going to be no good if you're not with your daddy. They said, Junior, you got to come out with the bangs. I'm like, bro, this is what are we, in 2022? I might do the bang though. We got to reinvent it.
He might do the bangs for when he's fighting for the world title. But that's what he says. So, but we'll see. It's up to him. That was a phase that was a trend back in the day.
Everyone had it. I know people my age. They're like, yeah, my uncles. They had it growing up. They wanted the Fernando Vargas haircut. I'm like, hey, bro. You know what I'm saying? Hey, he made it cool. So
it was back in the rebel days.
If anybody could do it, I think it would be Junior.
And with the bleach bangs.
Yeah, Amado can't sacrifice the curls. That's Bruno Mars right there.
I gotta keep these going.
That's Amado Mars.
Well, you guys are looking sharp. You have the curly hair. You guys have it all. How about we pose up for some photos here?
Sure.
All right, let's do it. You guys can catch all the action. You will see the Vargas Dynasty this Saturday, May 14th on Trillerverz 5. This is taking place at the Forum in Los Angeles, where we're gonna be able to see some world-class boxing with also an iconic versus battle. It'll be streamed live on FightHype worldwide pay-per-view or the Trillerverz subscription on FightHype. So make sure to text TV5 to 75303 to be the first to receive updates on when you can buy tickets to
Ya los
this
empiezan a
epic
vender,
event.
que la gente ya lo está pidiendo. Ya. Que ya lo abran, ya. No, es que la gente ya está pidiendo.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you guys for joining us. All right. Up next, we have yet another son of a true legend in Evan Holyfield. Let's take a look.
¿Va a pelear él? ¿Holyfield? ¿O el hijo?
All right, let's welcome Evan Holyfield. Evan, good to see you here. We're very excited to be able to speak with you. Now that you're 9-0, you're moving on as a professional. How does it feel to be able to be fighting on this huge platform?
It's definitely a blessing to have the opportunity to fight on Triller, especially with the names on the card. You got the Vargas Dynasty, you have Kovalev, and you got the Pulev brothers. It's just a blessing to be in company with names like that.
Speaking of names, of course, you have your father. With such legendary status, talk to me about that relationship, about advice that he gives you. How is that like?
My dad, he's my dad, all the advice that he gives me is any advice that he gives, or any father would give their son. He loves me and I love him, and it's just a great relationship to have with my father.
Are you able to separate, the legendary, the world champion, and dad?
Yes, I'm able to separate him being the legendary boxer that he is and my dad, but at once upon a time, I didn't even know he was a legendary fighter. He was just my dad, and it took me a couple times, or really getting farther into the sport and really wanting to be a great boxer myself for me to really, it really hit me how great he really was with all this time.
Did you ever have that moment where, oh, you're famous, Dad, like, I kind of want to do what you're doing?
Not really like, you're famous and I want to do what you're doing, but it was more so like, you're accomplished. I want to, have the same, values and accomplishments as you.
For those who aren't too familiar with your style, how would you describe it? What do we expect to see from you inside the ring?
I say my style is, I feel like it's a blended pot of all the fighters whom I watch. And the main fighters who I watch, who I model my game after, are people like, my dad, Manny Pacquiao, Fernando Vargas, Eric Morales, and people like that.
All right, so there's something that everyone keeps telling me that I need to hear the story of when you met Mike Tyson. You need to share this story with all of us.
Oh yeah, it was once upon a time, it was a couple years ago, I was having my first fight. So, with everybody having your first fight, everybody should know that when you're having your first fight, this is your most nervous fight. And you learn a lot of things your first fight, but all that goes at the door when the bell rings. So, I was real nervous having my first fight, so my dad had came, and all my brothers and sisters had came, and it's already tough enough to fight in front of your family. But it's a real crowd at this venue, and I see the venue, like the crowd is literally splitting apart, like the Red Sea. And I'm like, who's coming through there? Like why is the crowd splitting apart? And all of a sudden I see this man Mike Tyson coming through. And I'm like, he's over here acting like, he's looking around like, where's Evan? Where's Evan at? And I'm just hoping in the back of my head, like, man, don't tell this man who's Evan, because I'm already having a hard time, trying to stay calm, fighting in front of all these people and my brothers and sisters. But now it's Mike Tyson here, and my heart starts beating, way more fast than what it's already beating. And eventually somebody points out, like, oh yeah, that's Evan over there. And he comes up to me, he goes, oh, so you're Evan, so you ready to fight? And it was such a surreal experience, because Mike Tyson is such a great fighter and a fearless fighter, and he's asking me like if I'm ready to fight. And at that point in time, everybody knows what I said. Yeah, I'm ready to fight. And I ended up having my first fight, and it was a real close match and stuff like that. And ended up getting an 8 count. My shoe ended up coming untied. And you know how the rules are in boxing. If you're not a coach or whomever, you can't come up to the ring and give advice. So Mike Tyson runs up to the ring, and the security started coming up to him, like telling him, you got to come back. And he starts throwing punches, like starts shadow boxing real fast, and everybody like backs up real fast, like, oh, you know what I mean? He goes, Evan, you got to hit him like this, you know what I mean? He kept telling me to do it, and ultimately I did what he told me to do, and it won me fight. And it was a great experience to have with Mike Tyson in my corner, my dad.
Wow, that's a story. That's a unique experience with Mike Tyson. That's awesome. And all in your pro debut, Mike Tyson giving you advice and everything. When you wrap your mind over that and everything that you've accomplished so far, 9-0, what are you looking forward to in your next fight?
I'm just looking forward to show everybody the things I learned through none of my fights. I can honestly say I've gotten a fair experience, and I've learned something, and I took something from each one of those fights. So, I'm aiming for the big 10-0, and I'm just hoping to bring all my experiences, all my lessons together, and really give a clean performance, something that people can be happy about and comfortable about.
Well, we look forward to seeing you inside the ring. Thank you so much for talking to us. We'll be looking at you May 14. Now, if you can grace us with your presence here, we'll take some pictures.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Don't forget, Trillerverz 5 will be taking place at the Forum in Los Angeles on Saturday, May 14th. We'll be featuring world-class boxing with an iconic versus battle. This event will be streamed live on Fight Worldwide pay-per-view or the Trillerverz subscription on Fight. Be sure to text TV5 to 75303 to be the first one to receive updates on when you can buy tickets for this epic event. All right, so we've seen Sons of Legends. How about we see another great fighter here? Let's take a look. Let's welcome Kubrat Pulev and Thank you guys so much for being here. Before we get started, I'd like to acknowledge a special guest in the building from the Pulev brothers' home country. We have the Consul General of Bulgaria, Mr. Boyko Ristov. Thank you so much for joining us. And thank you guys as well for joining us. Kubrat, last time we saw you, it was November 24th. You scored a first-round knockout of Frank Mir at the debut of Triad Combat. Can you tell us more about that unique experience?
Yes, it was an amazing show. amazing event with so many people and with Metallica, of course. But yeah, I was main event and the opponent was also serious. One new sport for me and for all world, but very, very nice sport. And of course, I gonna win. I will win, and I knock him out first round because he was a little bit slower than me. And that's it. And I was really happy because I was the first heavyweight champion 3 years in heavyweight division. This is for me really a lot of things, and I'm happy really.
Absolutely. And now, Ivailo, Kubrat, he's fought twice for the Unified World Heavyweight title. Does a win on May 14th bring him back to the title shot opportunity picture?
Yes, well, May 14th is everything for Kubrat because right now he's at the tail end of his career, yet he's the best he's ever been. I've known him for 20 years, and I gotta tell you, this man is committed. He's making a comeback in boxing. He's going to put the boxing world on a statement come May 14th. You couldn't have picked a better opponent, a tough man by the name of Andrey Fedosov, who's going to give us a short challenge, so it's not a walkover. So yet he has to prove that he belongs at the very top. And you know what? The third time he goes for a title is going to be the charm.
Third time's the charm. Well, Kubrat, he mentions your opponent in Fedosov. You're returning to boxing after triad combat. You've had lots of success throughout your career. How does it feel to be preparing for this fight on May 14th? How much of a challenge do you think this will be?
So I prepare very serious for every fight. It doesn't matter for triad or boxing, But for this fight, we have, I think, 2 months. And in these 2 months, I give everything. And then in May 14th, I will be the best condition, the best power. And I'm gonna win. I believe it,
Yeah. Now, well, Ivailo, can you talk a little further about this opponent in Fedosov? Pardon me. He's coming off a first-round KO. Is this a dangerous fight for Kubrat?
Absolutely, very dangerous fight because Fedosov, everyone knows he packs a punch. He knocks people out, and the fact is that he knocked out a world champion in his last fight, an amateur's world champion, but yet a very formidable opponent. He got him out of there in 1 round, so he displayed some awesome power. So yes, it's going to be a challenge, and a lot of people are picking it to be a 50-50 fight, which we like, because we want to be proven against a very tough competitor. No excuses.
Now, Kubrat, I'll ask you the same question I'll be asking your brother. There's a large community of Bulgarian in this area. They'll be supporting you in your fight. What message do you have for these fans?
So I hope also Bulgarian fans come because, Bulgarian people have everywhere in the world and they love boxing. And also, the opponent is very serious because he's very dangerous and weak and like fighter, and he punch very good. But I will be prepared for everything from this strategy, and I hope a lot of Bulgarian people coming in the fight because it's very very interesting boxing show. Because also my brother fight the main event against Kovalev. This will be really very interesting fight also, and this whole boxing show will be amazing.
All right, well, we can't wait. May 14th comes soon enough. Thank you so much. We look forward to seeing you next week. Take some quick picture, please. Thank you. Tickets will be going on on sale really soon, so make sure you text TV5 to 75303 to be the first to receive updates on when you can buy tickets to this epic event that will be taking place at the Forum in Los Angeles on Saturday, May 14. You can also catch it streamed live on Fight Worldwide Pay-Per-View or the Trillerverz subscription on Fight. All right, and all this is going down on May 14 at the Forum. Let's take a look and see what makes this Trillerverz such an exciting event. And the longtime president of Main Events Promotions, Kathy Dua. David, Kathy, thank you so much for being here. We're very excited for May 14th. David, I'll start with you. This is going to be such a unique event. We have boxing, we're fighting families, and are coming together with an iconic rap battle. What was the inspiration behind Trillerverz 5?
Well, the inspiration behind Trillerverz 5 really starts with what Ryan Kavanaugh put together back in 2020 for Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr., where he geniusly designed a boxing event that infused unbelievable musical performances along with the legends of Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr. With that in mind, we designed this entire evening on 5/14 from the very beginning of choosing the great host city of Los Angeles, an unbelievable venue in the Forum, which has hosted so many great events. And then we went through our card and we really wanted to tell our story. And our story is the lineage of greatness. We brought the Vargas family, the Vargas dynasty to that card. We brought Evan Holyfield and his lineage, to his great father, Evander Holyfield, and all that he did in the ring. Then we added the Pulev brothers. And then we topped the card with that greatness, and that greatness is in Sergey Kovalev. And all that he has done and proved in the ring, all the belts that he has earned and held as a light heavyweight, it's just going to be a fantastic evening that also brings in a versus battle. So with that said, it's just really working from the origins of what Triller is and what that brand promises, and that's what 5/14 will be.
We look forward to it. Now, Kathy, Main Events has had a long, rich history of promoting legendary fighters. You promoted Fernando Vargas, promoted Holyfield, Kovalev. Do you feel that this card is encapsulating everything and is just the perfect event?
Yeah, when David explained to me what the theme was going to be and how this was going to work, it kind of hit me at that point. Wow, those are three guys that we made champions, and I certainly hope we can continue that with Evan. But we've been in business for over 42 years, and to have this kind of an event that harks back to those days here in LA, because I really first became introduced to promoting fights in LA back when Fernando was fighting. That was a lot of fun, and I'm sure if his kids are anything like him, they're going to be, I'm looking forward to watching them. I've never seen them fight.
It should be really exciting. And someone that we're excited to see back in the ring, you know, we haven't seen Kovalev fight for a while. His last fight against the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world, Canelo Alvarez. Since then, how do you feel that the layoff has affected him? How much do you feel that it has fueled him?
I think, well, obviously it's longer than we had planned, but a lot of things got in the way. He had a run of 3 fights in very close succession when he fought Canelo, and it clearly drained him, having to keep his weight unnaturally low for so long. And he'd been fighting at 175 since he was a teenager, so it was time. And so what's ended up happening, I wouldn't say it was planned, but he had the time to grow his body into a cruiserweight body. This is the one weight class where there's a 25-pound jump. Most weight classes, it's 4 or 6 pounds. You know, this is crazy. But I see him today, and he looks strong, and he's ready, and he's not going to have to drain himself. So it's going to be fun to see, you know, what that transformation does for him.
So this is a perfect time in his career to move up to cruiserweight. It worked out for him.
Absolutely, and he always, as long as I've known him, he would state his goals. You know, the day I signed him, it was, thank you, Kathy, when can I fight for the title? The day he won the first title, it was, thank you, Kathy, when can I fight for, you know, when can I unify? You know, then it was, that day, it was, when can I do pay-per-view? You know, so that's kind of what has always fueled him, setting these goals. So now his goal is, I'm going to be the cruiserweight champion, and I'm going to go out with that win. And it would be a wonderful way to finish up an illustrious career, and we're going to do everything we can. And in conjunction with Triller, where he has now found another home, which I am entirely grateful for the opportunity. But with Triller, I think we're going to make that happen. But first, he's got a big challenge in front of him. It's the first time he's going to be in the ring with a guy the size of Pulev. We're all going to be fascinated to see how this turns out.
Well, we're really excited to see how that turns out. David, talk to us about the future of Triller Fight Club and the company. What's in store?
Oh, well, for 2022, Triller on the Fight Club side is working on developing some mega events along with some major world championship fights throughout the balance of the year. We're working very diligently on those now as we speak. For Triller as a company, as many of you may know, we're working on going public through a reverse merger with SeaChange. SeaChange is SEAC on the NASDAQ. Once that reverse merger and IPO goes through, there's going to be a whole firepower behind the company to unlock the ecosystem that really is Triller. And Triller is a creators network. It's an entertainment platform. It also provides all kinds of opportunities for brands to participate and to take advantage of the great tools that we have. So there's much on the horizon in 2022 for Triller and for Triller Fight Club. And including on the Triller Fight Club side, we're working very hard on setting some dates for Triad Combat, which was very successful, as well as BKFC. So we're very excited with all of our prospects.
There truly are lots of, anywhere to pick, if you're interested in Triad, if you're interested in BKFC, boxing, you name, rap battles, you name it, you got it, right?
We got it, and it's all about entertainment and giving the fans what they want, and also bringing in younger audiences and catering to traditional boxing fans who love the sport as well.
Absolutely, and now the main event on this May 14th, of course, is one that should be action-packed. How about we take a look at a sneak peek? All right, in this main event, May 14th, we have Sergey Kovalev and Tervel Pulev. This is going to be an exciting fight. Thank you. Exciting fight that you guys cannot miss. Of course, you can catch all the action streamed live on Fight TV. This is going to be going down at the Forum in Los Angeles. If you're nearby, make sure to grab some tickets. You can text. I have the number here for you. If you give me a second, we will be putting the tickets out really soon. So you can text TV5 to 75303. You'll receive the updates on when you can buy the tickets for this epic event. I mentioned, of course, that besides boxing, there's going to be an iconic versus battle that you guys don't want to miss. Right, and if we get started, welcome, gentlemen. Let me just fix myself here. We got a little stuck, but it's all good. We're excited here to be able to get this started. Sergey, I'll start with you. Good to see you. After all the success that you had at light heavyweight, talk to us about that decision of moving up to cruiserweight, particularly to face an Olympic bronze medalist and champion Tervel Pulev.
Hi everyone, I'm very happy back in the boxing world because I was a long time didn't fight and missed the fighting, and I'm interested what I can do in the next division where I can fight without losing the weight, just I'm excited and ready to go to the next title.
How's it feeling now? Talk to me about training. Does it feel a little better? How's preparation been?
Everything is going good, just doing the same what I did always, but right now just more energy, more food, more everything, more happy. And I'm excited for move up division. And very interesting what I can do in this division. Yeah,
Kathy mentioned, it's not like other lower weight classes that you move up just 4 pounds. You're moving up a lot. So I see the smile. It's feeling, you're happy. It's feeling better. Tervel, thank you so much for joining us. Welcome. This is a huge fight for your career. Talk to us about how a victory over Sergey Kovalev would impact your career.
Hello. I think it's going to be a very difficult fight because Kovalev is a world-class boxer, but I believe in me. I'm also a tough guy.
It's also a tough guy, right? We expecting fireworks in the ring. Talk to us about what you expect in the fight. I'm telling you, we're expecting fireworks. But when you visualize the fight, what kind of fight do you visualize against Sergey Kovalev?
I don't know yet. I didn't visualize the fight yet.
All right, so do you visualize the result? How do you visualize your I'm assuming you're visualizing a victory. How do you visualize a victory?
I'm thinking always for victory.
All right. I asked your brother the same question about, there's a large Bulgarian population here in LA. How much do you feel that their support and their love will encourage you and help out with this battle with Sergey Kovalev?
Sorry, what do you mean?
The support of the Bulgarian community, how much does that mean for you? How important, and how much does that motivate you more?
The Bulgarian support is always great. Wherever we go to fight, in Chicago, in Las Vegas, in LA, always is great. So thank you very much.
Sergey, can fight fans expect to see the Crusher on Fight Night make a victorious appearance?
I think so. I can show May 14th the Crusher is back.
The Crusher is back. Tervel, what do you think is the key to victory? How do you beat the Crusher?
The key for the victory is who is better prepared. That is the key.
What do you make about that? The key is preparation. You talked to me about your preparation and you're feeling better than ever. What's the key to beating Tervel?
You know, fight will show who is the best. You know, who I cannot like expect right now, like something. You know, just fight will be the fight and show who is the best. Just let's wait.
You guys just don't want to give us the secrets. We're gonna have to wait until May 14th to see.
I don't have any secrets. Just I should become inside of the ring and make my job. What I do like since 11 years old. You know, just for boxing. You know, like overboxing like. But right now like no need of losing the weight and like my power punches like would be the same. What I did usually, you know, just like last 2 years in my boxing career, like heavyweight, it's like was very not comfortable for me, you know. And right now, I'm happy, move up, and use my power for victories.
All right. Well, before we face off, do you have a message for all the fans to make sure to catch your fight on May 14th? Message to the fans.
Thanks for your support, guys. To all boxing fans, follow for my boxing career, and I will make very great. I will try to make a very great boxing day, May 14th, with a Thriller.
A message for the fans?
Yeah. It's gonna be a very big show, so don't miss it.
All right, there you have it. We cannot wait for May 14th. It's all going down at the Forum in Los Angeles. You can catch it streamed live on Fight Worldwide pay-per-view. All right, I think it's time to face off the main event. Let's check it out. Woo.
Let's do this. Put your phone down. Put your phone down. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Sir.
All right, I would like to thank everyone in attendance, everyone watching. Don't forget to tune in this May 14th at Trillerverz. Takes over LA, lineage of greatness at the Forum. To be live and Fight Worldwide review. Subscribe to Trillerverz on Fight. Be sure to text TB5 75303 for the latest updates on
I'll start with the case.
Are we doing any one-on-ones with Sergey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Ernesto, stay here for now. Stay here for now.
Yeah, no, I got it. I do want to say something. Because there was so I got so many good stuff. Bringing him up to there, you know?
Was in that room over there. There's beauty in the struggle. There's beauty in the struggle. Okay, Jake.
It could be next to the trailer stuff, right? They send me. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, you know that to show the trailer stuff behind it, right?
So, pretty much, you're going to your cruiserweight fight. Are you pretty excited?
Let's start.
Yeah.
I'm going to start now, please. It's okay, thank you.
Yeah, it's all questions only about sport, okay?
Oh, yeah.
Only about boxing.
You're going to be translating or?
No, he can, yeah.
Okay.
If he needs, he will come here.
Whatever you mean it. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2. Hey, champ, it's always a pleasure to see you. Now you're coming back with a great event, right?
Yes, I'm very excited and happy back to the boxing world.
How's the feeling to return in the ring, but now with Thriller Fight Club?
I'm happy that they give me an opportunity back to the boxing, and right now I'm very excited to fighting in next division, you know, because long time didn't fight, and right now something new in my boxing career, you know.
Yeah, definitely. Maybe it's a stupid question, but you missed to punch someone in the ring, right? Like every warrior.
But yes, we are boxing.
Of course.
We are boxers. We are not dancing.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah, it was yes, missed a couple punches, but no anymore.
Not anymore. What about this sensational card? Because you have two Pulevs, you have the Vargas family, and you know Fernando Vargas is a legend. But you're gonna be the star. I mean, the main event.
Yes, I'm very excited. Already like said about this. Like yes, card very great and a lot of famous persons, you know, and great boxers. And I'm very happy to be the main event of the evening, and it's pushed me to be ready for 200%, you know, like to show who I am and what I can do in the next division. It's a very great opportunity for me.
Two more questions. What moves you now? I mean, you have almost everything in boxing: fame, belts, the love of the fans of boxing. What moves you?
I miss for boxing. I miss for boxing, you know, and I wanna like to be the champion again.
Definitely. Finally, I need to ask you this. If you wanna answer, it's not politics. It's only boxing.
Yes, only boxing.
Only boxing, because it is what it is, right? But let me ask you this: Canelo is gonna fight against people, and you fought against Canelo. Could you tell us, like an analyst, with your knowledge in boxing, what could happen between Canelo and Bivol in 175? Because you used to be the king in 175.
I think so. Bivol has a great opportunity to get a victory over Canelo, and this makes this fight very interesting for me, you know, and for all boxing fans, because Bivol undefeated, and he motivated, you know, like because he has a 0 losers, and this will be very good motivation for him to save this 0.
Yeah. To keep him undefeated. Yeah.
But I can say him just a huge good luck, and I believe that he can get a victory over Canelo.
Okay, finally, I don't know if you know this, but so many Mexicans are following you. So many Mexicans are following you. Invite to the Mexicans. I mean, all over the world, we need to watch your fight. But the Mexican people.
Good luck. Good luck for everything, you know, in boxing, in your life, in everything around you.
See you May 14th, right?
Yeah, see you May 14th, for sure.
Good to see you always.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you, my man. See you.
14 de mayo. 14 de mayo.
Why don't you do it so you get the banner in the back?
Yeah. Awesome. It's Ron Goodall from FightHype.com. I'm here with Sergey Kovalev, the Crusher. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Great, great. Fight fans are really excited to see you come back in the boxing ring. You're doing something a little different in this fight. You're going up in weight and fighting bigger guys. Can we talk a little bit about the excitement for that?
No, nothing extra, nothing special. Just more for stamina, for conditioning. You know, more weights. You know, just and I just have more energy for training, for my workouts. That's it. And last 2 years in my boxing career in light heavyweight, it was like for me very not comfortable to losing to make 175. But right now, like I hope so, will be crusher back on the top.
Does the eating, the energy, and the long break that you've had tough fights back to back to back. Have you been able to like relax and rest a little bit and get, I guess that hunger
You know, just when you're fighting in your regular weight, in your comfortable weight, like nothing disturbing you. Just you know, it makes you happy, and you makes you like deserve what you deserve. You know, just I'm happy that no losing weight. I'm back to the fighting again, and just wait May 14th.
Absolutely. And your opponent is an undefeated fighter. You know, he's fought a lot of great guys in the Olympics. You have an incredible amateur and professional background. What do you think about your opponent that you're going to be facing on the
Yeah, I'm very excited that he has like a 16-0 and he's like a bronze medalist of the. I just today I knew that he's a bronze medalist.
Oh, you just found out today?
Just today I found out, yeah. But right now it makes more interesting fight, you know, and more responsible to get a victory over him. Just I'm very motivated, believe me. Like I wanna finish my boxing career with a world title.
And I just have a couple more questions, and I appreciate. Obviously, this run is not just to get a couple fights. You're looking to get a world championship fight in the near future in this division. Is that the ultimate goal? To be a champion for you?
Yeah, I think so. Like for a couple of years, I can fighting more because I don't need losing the weight. Like I'm fresh, and you know, my 14 will show me. And first of all, will show me who I am and what can I do in the boxing, you know, in the ring. And also, this, they will show to the boxing fans for why they love the boxing.
And a week before your fight, I know you probably get asked this many times, but just Canelo versus Dibble, you have great knowledge of these fighters. As a fight fan, just wanting to know, who do you think wins that fight, and how does that go out a week before your fight?
You know, I don't make any prediction, but I'm very happy for Dmitry because he's right now fresh. He didn't fight long time, and he's right now fresh, ready for the fight. You know, has enough time for preparation, and he has a great opportunity to get a victory. What I didn't.
Yeah,
but,
correct. You had to jump.
Yeah, but you know, I get any call from everywhere in my life, you know. It doesn't matter, like sport or life, you know, or family, it's like any challenge I get this and prove to myself who I am, you know, and what is my power, what is my point. But right now I'm happy for Dmitry and good luck to him.
And my very final question, and I appreciate, there's always that ongoing debate, you know, when you were, you know, at the light heavyweight division, he thinks if Andre Ward and Canelo face both of them, who do you think is the better fighter that you faced? And if they kind of faced each other?
You know, it was a different me in both fights, you know, like Canelo, I fought Canelo with an empty tank of the energy, you know, but with Andrey Ward I fought overrated him, you know, and overtrained myself, you know. It's it depends.
Does this Canelo beat, I guess,
but you know, Canelo is Canelo, Andrey Ward is Andrey Ward, you know, me is me. Everybody is different, you know. I cannot make a rank of them. They're boxers like any boxers, you know. But nothing extra. Every boxers is just a boxers. Nobody has a Superman or everything. Everybody can get over victory over anybody. You know, just should be ready mentally and physically.
Well, thank you, Sergey.
Thank you very much.
And we'll see you on May 14th. Appreciate it.
Yeah, good luck.
Right here with the crusher, Sergey Kovalev. Man, it's been a while. It's been a couple of years, man. What have you been up to?
But you never would have gotten to fight again. Yeah, exactly.
And so I told him, no, I'm not going to give you the rest. You know what? You know, when you get this chance to fight for the title, you take it. Appreciate it.
Who knows what they're going to do? Who knows what's up to get?
Hello, it's Ron Goodall from FightHype.com. I'm here with Kathy Duva, the legendary promoter herself. How's it going?
Terrific.
Just how excited are you for Sergey Kovalev to be back in the ring?
Oh God,
It looks like sigh of relief.
it's like 2 lost years of all of our lives, but he's back, and I'm thrilled to be back too. I've been in my house for 2 years waiting, so here we are.
Now he's stepping up in weight, and he's obviously fighting a decorated amateur fight. What was the selection of picking this opponent opposed to a lot of other fights?
Well, you know, when you start out to make a big fight for a fighter like Sergey, you'd be surprised how few options there are. A lot of people don't want to fight. Basically, Pulev wanted to fight. We went to Sergey, said, "What do you think of this opponent?" And as usual, he said, "Sure, bring him on."
And then seeing that the fact that this would be a great opportunity, the entry point going into, route to a championship. Sergey mentioned earlier that he wants to be a champion again. Is that kind of the plan, to get a championship fight here on Thriller?
Absolutely. No, absolutely. That's what we talked about from the beginning of my talks with them. Sergey has decided, he had to make the jump. Making 175 was draining him. You could see it. He was ahead on one of the cards in the Canelo. And then all of a sudden, boom. Well, that's what happens when you've got nothing left, literally. We're going to see. This jump in weight can either be great for him or it can be awful. We really don't know what it's going to be. But he has to make it. He has to try. And he wins this fight. The goal is going to be to get him into a cruiserweight title fight as soon as possible. But first, you got to get used to having a bigger body. He's got to get used to training not to lose weight instead of training to build muscle. It's the opposite of what he's been doing. He was losing muscle to make weight in the last year or so that he was fighting at 175. So this will be a great opportunity for him to make all those adjustments. He's had a good 2 years to grow into this new weight, which has, I think, been a benefit. And in the end, nothing matters except what he does on May 14th. So we all get to sit back and watch, and hopefully I have a good night.
And seeing that there's also other fights in the card, Yung Holyfield is on there. Some history, obviously it's a historical card with all the family, even the opponents against Sergey. Let's talk about the involvement of just being with Holyfield's young son, right? Is it only son?
It's not his only son.
No, I know it's his youngest though, right?
Not the youngest,
okay.
But he goes by Yung Holy. That's his nickname. You know what? When the people from Triller explained to me what their plan was and the theme of the promotion, I just thought it was genius, and I am thrilled because Main Events played. I mean, we promoted every fight in Fernando Vargas' career, and now his sons are on this card, carrying on for him. I remember Junior being at the fights when Fernando was fighting, having conversations with him. I just saw him before, and oh my God, he's all grown up. And again with Evander, to be working with his son after my late husband Dan, basically navigated his career, got him to the heavyweight title. Evander was with us for many years, and he was a big part of my life. And so to have all this come full circle, and then Sergey, I mean, we've got 3 groups here. The Vargases, where we made Vargas world champion. We've got Holyfield, who we made world champion. We've got Kovalev, who we've made world champion. It's wonderful to see. That's a kind of 3 separate eras of our company's existence too, where all this occurred. So it's very gratifying for me personally, obviously.
Does it make you seeing the fact that you've dealt with the fathers? Are you kind of like a protective mother, and now you're seeing the kids who are now doing the same thing and coming to?
I'm like that with everybody. I cannot help. My son is the same age as Sergey Kovalev. Or my daughter, I guess. I mean, I can't help but see them. That's the way. My company has always been different than the big companies in that we don't work with that many people. We have a very close relationship with the ones we have. I have the luxury of being able to only work with guys I like. Yeah. And so that's what we have here. So yeah, the relationship is business, but at the same time, I feel like I have an obligation to look out for them, and I would. We always have. That's the way my husband was, and that's how he was like a father to them. And even when he was younger, the same age as the fighters, that's just the way I was trained, and that's how we do it.
And just seeing the fact that I have to get your overall predictions on a fight happening for Sergey. You've been promoting all the fights I watched as a kid and going back and stuff, amazing, legendary fights that my dad watched and things like that. Just getting your perspective, seeing that Sergey's fought Canelo's facing another tough opponent as Bivol in your weight class that you guys pretty much dominated in the last era. How do you see Canelo, fighting against Bivol? Sergey says that he's going to have a full, nice training camp, not the one that Sergey went from the yard. How does he handle that?
Well, actually, we've worked with Bivol too. We promoted a few of his fights, and he is. When we signed Bivol, it was because he was the fighter of the future. He was the light heavyweight of the future when Sergey was the light heavyweight of the present.
They said it was the one that made Andre Ward retire.
Yeah, it was going to be that, and that was the thought process at the time. And he's a very, very smart kid. He's so disciplined. He is a student of what he's doing. He is immensely physically gifted. Dimitri is a fighter who's got everything he needs to beat Canelo. He's young. He's not going to run out of gas. He's going to be in there for the full fight, and I would not be the least bit surprised if he were to win.
You think Canelo's team, not saying that they're overlooking him, but they've obviously booked Triple G after that fight. You think that this is going to be his toughest fight up to date, potentially?
Well, he fought Floyd Mayweather, so don't go.
Well, okay.
But
I guess there's let's say maybe two versions of Canelo. Maybe let's say pre-Floyd, after Floyd. Fair enough.
It's certainly by far one of the toughest, if not the toughest. He is, Canelo I don't think overlooks anybody. I respect him more than I can even describe. Everything he's accomplished is just astonishing, and so you can't ever think he's taking anything for granted, because I don't think he ever does. Having said that, to his credit, he just wants to keep challenging himself and doing it over and over. And sooner or later, when you do that, you're gonna meet that guy when it's not your night, and it's his, right? So that could happen. And you're right. When you have another fight ahead of you, it's just human nature to look ahead. And I don't know that. I am not going to assume that that's going to affect Canelo's performance in any way. I think he's too much of a professional. But again, I think let's not sleep on Dimitri Bivol, because he has wanted this fight very much for a very long time. We talked about him wanting this fight prior to Sergey fighting Canelo. And he was, I will fight Canelo. He was willing to go down to 168 if he had to. So, you know what? He's doing it in his own weight class, and he's ready. And I think I can't wait to watch it. Also, by the way, you mentioned our archive and our long history. Well, we just launched with partners on a network. It is if you have your computer, if you just type in watchboxing.tv, you can see it. It's also available on several platforms. It is and more platforms will be added over time, because we've just launched. If you look at it, you will see you'll see some Sergey Kovalev fights. You'll see our archive on there. And over 1,200 fights went into it. It is completely free. There is no charge anywhere. You can watch it on your computer if you want, or if you have some of the platforms that it's on, you can watch it on your TV. If you go onto that website and you look at it, you will see all the other platforms, so you'll know if you have it. But otherwise, you can watch it on your phone, you can watch it on your computer. You can watch fights going back to the 1980s.
Oh, wow.
All of the great fights we did over the years. They're upgraded everything to HD. And again, it's going to take a year before everything's up there, but it is a linear network. You just watch it, and everybody I know who's a boxing fan, when they turn it on, they can't turn it off. So all I ask everybody is just take a minute and look.
Awesome. Appreciate the time. We're really excited to see Sergey's return on Triller on May 14th. I'm excited to see the list of other fighters that will promote.
Well,
wish the best for you.
Take care.
And let's make it happen somehow.
Yeah, he did not really know. You can try it. But even then, Alright guys, well, I got my guy Frankie over here. He got the Pulevs. He got the Pulev brothers, one that's facing Sergey and the one that faced Joshua. It's going to be an exciting time at Triller at May 14th. We also got Sergey Kovalev. You can rewind back. We'll be posting it up. We have his whole entire take about going up to cruiserweight and facing the undefeated bronze medalist that faced Alexander Usyk in the Olympics. And that was in that series. Sergey's going up. He's going to be challenging him. And he's going to be facing him in his new weight class. In addition, we got his takes on the Bivol and Canelo fight, and also some fantasy matchups, maybe Canelo and Andre Ward. We talked a little bit about that. We also talked to Kathy Duva. We'll be having that up, or you can rewind back on the live stream if you missed it. Former Bivol promoter, and also promoted a fighter that went against Canelo Alvarez, so she's going to know both sides really well. So with that, so stay tuned on FightHype. We also got some other gems dropping today. You will be seeing it soon. We got some good interviews with my buddy Sean. Appreciate my boy Ken for the hookup. And of course, just stay locked in for all the latest and greatest in boxing news.